It's game day as the Chicago Bulls face off against the San Antonio Spurs today. Can they keep their win streak alive and push it to 3 games in a row? We're going to talk about it all, have some fun, and more right after this.
You are now tuned in to Chicago Bulls Central, your number one place for all Chicago Bulls news and content.
All right, Bulls fans, welcome to another episode of Chicago Bulls Central, your number one spot for everything Chicago Bulls related. I'm the host here, Haize, but more importantly, make sure you guys are following the channel at Bulls Central Pod on every social media platform we happen to be on. With that being said, let's go ahead and get into the shits today. Hey, listen, I'm in a good mood. At the end of the day, like the Chicago Bulls are facing off against the Spurs today, and the Bulls have been just playing really good. It's a really good vibe around this team right now, and I hope that continues, right? Knock on wood, nothing crazy happens, but, the Bulls are in a place right now where they're moving into an easier part of their schedule, and they're playing some of their best basketball. That combination of things could lead us to being in a much better place when it's all said and done, and that would be crazy to see, right? When you look at the Chicago Bulls' upcoming schedule, yes, we face the San Antonio Spurs today, which we're going to start talking about that game here in a second. We got the Cleveland Cavaliers, who have their own injury, still a formidable team for us. The Atlanta Hawks after that, the Indiana Pacers. Then we have 2 games against the 76ers and the New York Knicks, and then it gets considerably easy after that point. So, we'll see how the Bulls are faring at that point in time. This is a time where they can start making some moves on the schedule, and so maybe we are talking about a Chicago Bulls team in a week or 2 or 3 weeks that is right at 500, maybe a little bit slightly below 500, and that will put us in a place where we haven't been able to talk about that in quite a while for the Chicago Bulls. So, hey, maybe that's the outcome. We'll see. At the end of the day, today though, we got the San Antonio Spurs on the docket today. They're coming to the UC. Of course, they're bringing Victor Wembanyama down here, and that's going to be great to see him play. But this is a team that's been struggling. Jeremy Sohan is finally no longer the starting point guard. They've moved him to the starting 4. Malachi Branham, a guy who I was really high on in that draft, has now moved into their starting point guard position, even though I don't understand what they have against Trey Jones to where they just don't start him. I don't know what that's about. Like, why do they hate Trey Jones? What did Trey Jones do to Greg Popovich to where he's lost faith in him? Like, I don't know what happened there. I would love to really know what happened to that relationship. But nonetheless, so Malachi Branham's the starter now, and as a starter, he started 14 games for them, averaging 25 minutes per game, 10 points per game, 2 rebounds, 2 assists. He's about to get cooked by Kobe White. That's the gist of it. Be prepared for a cooking tonight. Malachi Branham is about to get absolutely cooked tonight by Kobe White. Look, I'm putting it on wax. Let's hope that that's the case. Now, I say that and watch Malachi Branham go off for like 40-something points tonight, but at the end of the day, I think Kobe White's going to absolutely cook Malachi Branham, and we're going to see how that forces the Spurs to adjust to Kobe White. I think this is going to be a game where Kobe is definitely going to be able to make his presence felt, especially with 3-point shooting against Wemby being down there. Even if they do bring in Trey Jones can't do much with Kobe White with the way he's playing right now either. So it's going to be a night for Kobe to really see if he can get going and seeing how he comes in with that killer instinct. But expect Kobe to have a really good night tonight and be effective, be the point of attack. All those type of things. And then defensively in this game for the Chicago Bulls, we saw the Bulls can defend this. Now, we're without Torrey Craig, but I still look at even bringing in Dalen Terry, what he did defensively against LeBron on some possessions, he's going to be able to do that to Jeremy Sohan, theoretically. So, this is a game where the Bulls defense is maybe the star tonight overall, and then we'll see how that offensive game shakes out for everybody. But expect the Bulls to really make an impact defensively tonight. That's what I want to see. Make your presence felt defensively. Make the Spurs work for everything they have. Try to get Wemby in foul trouble, which we've seen them do a few times as well. And then we'll see how the Bulls can fare at that point in time. This is a team that I'm really I'm not. It's not like I'm saying that the Bulls are just going to completely waste them. They may, but this is a team that's definitely a winnable game. But they're still a really good coach team. They got Greg Popovich on the other side, and so you always got to be wary of Greg Popovich and his coaching, because regardless of the talent that he has, he's gonna get the most out of it with how he's able to coach. So that's also something to look out for in this game, to see if he outcoaches Billy Donovan and if he absolutely cooks him. So be on the lookout for that as well. But overall, good vibes around the team. Everything's kind of changed like recently. When you look at where we were a month and a half ago to now, it is night and day, right? how this season started off in those first 19 games, you had Bulls fans that after 5 games were saying it was all over, saying it was pointless, saying that AK and Eversley were the worst GMs ever, that they were worse than this. We had no talent on the team. Kobe White shouldn't have been the starting point guard. And oh, what a difference a month makes, right? Oh, what a difference 10 games makes for a team. And that is why you can't really try to write the story on anything, whether it be players, whether it be teams, whether it be coaches, whether it be GMs. You can't do that really early in the season because you just never know how things are going to turn around. And not many people would have saw it turn around to where we're so much more positive now on the Chicago Bulls than what we were, like I said, a month ago. Now, is it all perfect? No, hell no. It's definitely not all perfect. We still got tons of things we need to work on. We need to tighten up. We can do better. But at the end of the day, it just comes down to this. The way that this Bulls team is playing right now, it incites confidence from their fan base. And that is the biggest part of this that you want to take home is there's a reason to have confidence in this team. And even with Billy Donovan's coaching, having a point guard that's playing at a high level is one of the most important things to Billy Donovan's scheme and making his system work. And with Kobe playing at the level that Kobe White's playing at right now, it puts so much emphasis on just Billy Donovan's system. It helps bring everything together as the point there. And so you're also seeing Kobe White grow as a decision maker. He's grown as a passer. He's just making the right decisions, whether it be him scoring or getting other people in position, communicating. So these are all really good things for the Chicago Bulls to continue to build off on. Don't want to take that away at all, and just how this team is performing, how this team is executing, because it's all been good to see. It's been fun, and let's hope that it continues tonight against the San Antonio Spurs. That's what we hope to see, is that it continue tonight against the Spurs and to see what the Spurs got coming for us. Because I tell you what, I don't think the Spurs are going to be able to do much with some of the players that we have on this team. Because listen, the Spurs have been a terrible team this season, one of the worst teams in the NBA. They may have a top 2 pick again in this upcoming draft, but the Bulls got to come in. They have to execute. They can't take anything lightly, and they can't just think just because of the Spurs record that it's going to be an easy night. You don't want to do that. You don't want to Chicago Bears yourself and thinking that you're in a position where things are going to be easy for you, and you come out here and you get cooked. Right? That's what you don't want to come out here and get cooked, because I tell you what, if the Bulls get cooked against the damn San Antonio Spurs, all the sky is falling Bulls fans are going to be right back on the beat, right back on it. It's not going to change. So let's hope that that's not the case, right? And we have a team that comes out here and performs extremely well. Whoa, what is that? So, yeah, that's what we hope. But let's go ahead and get into the comment section, man. Let's see how you guys are feeling about this game. We got Nas in the building. Says, yo, see red. Absolutely, fam. Glad to have you in here. JK, what's good? Hope everyone is having a great day. Let's get this dub. Would you rather see Garden, the Twig, Patrick, or Vooch? Ooh, that's good. I mean, here's the thing that I would say. I don't want to see Vooch on Jeremy Sohan, because so I would say maybe do it, mix it up, try both, right? See who's having the most success against the other players. Do some things on the both sides. This man called him the Twig. Corey Barnes says, currently grilling steak and drinking a Boston lager to start off. Hopefully, good evening with a date with the Bulls. Hey, that's an experience right there, my guy. Glad to have you in the building. That's funny. JK in the building says, I think if Patrick can pick Wemby up in the half court and Vooch can switch and pick him up in the post, he shouldn't give us too much trouble. I'm just worried about him beating Vooch off the dribble. Where's the thing? And this is the thing that I say. This thing I say about him when we play Embiid, stuff like that. Even if Wemby does go off, we can stop everything else around Wemby. Wemby ain't going to score 100 points. Even if Wemby drops 50 on us. If we stop everything else around them, we slow down Keldon Johnson, we slow down Malachi Brandon, we don't let Jeremy Sohan go off, and we play solid defense coming off the bench, it's cool. He got a 50 piece against us, but guess what? We still walk away with the dub. And that's what I'm more worried about. Joe the Blacksmith says, Vooch is 6'10", slow and has no ups. He won't be able to guard Wemby anywhere on the court. No, he guarded Wemby pretty well last game. So I got to disagree with you on that. We like defense, and this is a thing for people who actually played basketball, right? And I'm not trying to shit on Joe the Blacksmith, but it's not about having ups. Usually defense is about putting a body on somebody. Guess what? Vooch is way stronger than Wemby. And Vooch is, he's slow as far as foot speed, but he's always been a solid on-ball defender. Now, can Wemby take him off the dribble? Yeah, but if you get up there tight on him and Vooch uses his length, he can guard him. It's not like Wemby's coming out there taking step backs off the dribble every single night. Like, it's going to happen at some point. Wemby's still trying to figure it out. Vooch can be fine on Wemby tonight. He can be fine on Wemby. Just put a body on I think he'd be able to guard him if he posts up, and there's no chance that he can guard him in past the 3-point line. Well, that's true. Absolutely. If he's out past the 3-point line, if Wemby's generating his offense from the top of the 3-point line like a point guard, that's when you put Patrick Williams on. If that's how Greg Popovich is going to play it, Patrick Williams has to guard him every step of the way at that point in time. But if he's playing in the post, Vooch can more than take care of Wemby in the post for right now. Now, I'm not saying that for Wemby's whole career. In a year or so, when Wemby figures out everything in the little moves and intricacies of the game, it's done. It's done for the league almost. Big fan of your channel, bro. Best Chicago sports channel out there. Well, thank you, brother. I really appreciate that. Hopefully, Chicago Bears Central is on that list as well if you're a Bears fan. So go and check out Chicago Bears Central, our Bears channel as well. So, but we appreciate that for sure, bro. Joe the Blacksmith says, what CBC ceiling? Haize keeps getting better and better with the analysis and presentation. Well, thank you for that. For those that watched the last time, when I did the 5 best, or it was like 3 or 5 teams that are interested in Zach LaVine and the best deal that they can offer, I upped the production value a little bit on there. I had little graphics for each trade and stuff like that. So we're trying to make this a production. One thing is that unlike some streamers, like people always compare me to say I'm the Chicago Bulls version of Knicks Fan TV. He does that full time now. I still work a full-time day job from 9 to 5. So when you guys are getting that 2 p.m. random breaking news update video, just know I'm still working a 9 to 5 while dropping that content for you. But I think that we're upping it as we can and as we go, man. That's it. Shay in the building says, Haize, I know we're a little bit early, but did you hear about New York Knicks missing Mitchell Robinson for the remainder of the season? No, I didn't. But wait, did we know that already? That's not new news, right? Jamal in the building says, what up, Haize in chat? What time is it? Game time. Whoop. Yep, absolutely. Benji in the building. Trey Jones was with that Josh Primo guy when he was acting wild. That's crazy. That's wild. I'm about to cry, bro. I ain't been this excited about a Bulls player since D Rose and Jimmy. Alec Jacoby fucking White, man. Hey, listen. Hey, Kobe White is killing it right now. Shay says, don't take the same for life. Still got Greg Popovich, and this is a wizard. That is a wizard when it comes to head coaching, especially. Yeah, definitely. I mean, any coach, any team coached by Greg Popovich, they're always going to be dangerous, right? No matter what it says in the win column. Humble Service says, Haize, I'm taking time off with you. Been with this long. I'm taking time off with you. Been with this long. I mean, listen, I'm not taking time off anytime soon. We 70 more days. In 70 days, about the same amount of time, Torrey Craig's going to be out. I'm joke. But in about 70 days, we'll hit episode 1,000. That's 1,000 straight days of me dropping episodes on this channel. That's crazy. Keep in mind, we haven't even been around 3 years yet. 1,000 days almost we're at. That's why. Listen. That's crazy. 1,000 straight days of dropping content. Who else doing it like that? For the Chicago Bulls, right? And that's just the Bulls. Like doing a daily sports channel is hard enough, much less when you're covering just one team, right? It'd be different if I made this channel and I was covering the Bulls and the Bears. It'd be content for days, but I have 2 separate channels that I drop daily content on. But yeah, almost at 1,000 straight days. In 70 days, we'll be able to say we're at episode 1,000. That I did 1,000 straight days of episodes, and I'm taking 3 days off after that. Yeah, work 1,000, take 3 days off. It doesn't seem right, but it is what it is. Yo, Haize, that's Sweater's Fire. Where the link at? I don't have it off the top of my head. It's from the Wild Collective is what it's called. Go and check their website out. They got some great things. They sent this to me early before it was released. Haize, let's be honest. Why you gotta at me? I'm gonna read the comments, brother. Let's be honest. AK thinks long term when he makes moves in free agency and draft picks. He thinks a combination of long and short term. That doesn't mean that you're not gonna do some short term things, but he does think about both of them. Archangel says, if Google is right, Spurs on a 9-game losing streak for road games, feeling like the Bulls' identity is truly changing, and maybe we don't need to be a streak breaker for the Spurs tonight in the UC. Let's hope not. But I think they won 1 game in like the last 3, so shout out to them. Personally, I'm not only excited for Kobe, but P. Will as well. I'm a huge P. Will fan now on the IO. Dalen, I guess is who you mean there, and Julian. Completely agree with you. Like that, we need to see, and that's why I do appreciate that Dalen Terry is getting those regular minutes now, especially with Torrey Craig out. We're going to see the development of him for sure. Certification Poppy in the building says, what's good, Haize? Got my smoke and tacos ready for another Kobe White masterclass. That's crazy. That's crazy. Hey, shout out to you. Don't get too high, though. Don't get too high. Jeff in the building says they lose one game. Nah, Trent has been up. I've been loving how Dalen Terry is stepping up lately, even though it may not show in the points, but defensive wise. Yeah, and I think like it goes back to the box score watchers, right? People who don't actually watch basketball games won't really understand how Dalen is making steps in the right direction. Yeah, that shot needs some work. Peter Patton needs to be like, hey, Dalen, come to my office every day after practice. But defensively, getting out in transition, passing wise, Dalen is looking good in those aspects. And that's always how we kind of thought that Dalen would make an impact initially first in the NBA is his energy, his defense, getting out in transition, those type of things. I know you may not watch wrestling no more, but there is a wrestler on NXT by the name of Nikita Lyon, man. What does that have to do with the price of butter, bro? What does that have to do with the price of butter? Hey, Haize, if Zach comes back as a strictly spot-up shooter, you think he fits in with this new style or requires too much ball time? The thing is, he's not going to be strictly just a spot-up shooter, but Zach LaVine can fit in on this team. Like, it's not like he has the skill set to fit in on the team, but it comes down to the mentality too, right? You have to have the mentality of understanding I'm not about to be the guy anymore, right? And, if he's willing to accept that, it could definitely go, it could work out. The Bulls could be even better. Let's Talk Bulls says, let's go another day and another blessing to you and yours. This is a game the Bulls cannot switch with Wemby. Yeah, that's definitely true, especially with not having Torrey Craig out there too now, right? Sup, Haize? What's going on, MC Stevens? Glad to have you in the building. Wemby has posters of Vucevic in his room with the shrine of Kobe White in his court. That's crazy. That's wild. Okay. Jeff also chips in, loving how they're using Vooch to facilitate the offense through his passing in the post. Well, and that's the thing, right? Everybody's getting the opportunity to share the ball, to do something, whether it's shooting, whether it's passing, whether it's just they're all engaged in the offense. And so much like with women, when you let everybody touch the ball, people get excited, people stay engaged, right? Like y'all ain't never let your woman hold your dick while you pissing. Y'all ain't never look how excited they do when they get an opportunity. I'm sorry, that was wrong. I don't even know why I just said that. That's crazy. I don't even know why I just said that. Let's keep it going. AC is our most important player right now. I won't say that. I say he might be the most impactful, but I don't think he's the most important. I think when you look at the way that the offense is going, Kobe White is probably a big part of why it's working. But AC is definitely important in that as well. Definitely important. Hokid says Haize is the type of dude to drop a breaking news video on his day off. Oh, if news drops, I drop. That's it. If news drops, I drop. That's it. That's what it is. It just is what it is. Marcus Korn says, you the man. Hey, shout out to Marcus Korn in the building. Hey, your dad is one of the most insightful people, bro, that I've ever met. And I'll say this, like, for anybody who doesn't think that you can podcast and get to know your listeners, you got to do a better job. Like Michael Korn is like, he's just a really good dude, man. He's a really good dude. And to hear that you're his son, it's amazing, man. Brandy Nicole says, Haize, happy holidays, brother. Happy holidays, Brandy. Glad hopefully you and your family doing good, bro. Bulls Daily says, I think it's funny how everybody just think the Lakers gave up the win Heats. I feel a lot of people sleeping on how good this Bulls team been playing since Zach left. I agree. Like, listen, the thing is you got to make them take notice, right? When you're a team that's been struggling, people are going to try to find a reason why, and it not be just because you've gotten better. People are going to say, oh, well, maybe they took a day off. We've seen it even with Bulls fans, right? When the Bulls started winning at the end of last season, there's so many Bulls fans, well, those teams weren't trying. That's why we went 14-9. Like, it's just the thing. People try to rationalize it. So, it is what it is there, man. Haize, bro, you got kids? Yeah, I got plenty of them. Like, what are we talking about? My kids are all basically grown. It is what it is. My kids know I just be saying shit. Haize, what's going on, man? Is your wife blue balling you? What? I said, hold my dick? Like, that's not blue balling. Like, hold your dick. Like, it's like, all right, look, I don't want to, like, listen, it is what it is, man. Like, If your woman ain't never asked to just randomly hold your dick, like you ain't doing it right. I don't know what to tell you on that, bro. Like sometimes they just want to hold it, bro. The only sports show on YouTube where the host says letting a woman touch your balls while pissing is not out of place. Listen, you never know what you're gonna get here. What did I say yesterday? What did I say that had everybody tripping? Oh, you're one titty Dante. Like, I mean, you never know what's gonna come out. Like, it is what it is. Josh says Haize intrusive thoughts always win. Hey, listen, embrace him. What are we doing here? You got to embrace him, bro. Like, what you talking about? They don't know, Haize. Black don't crack unless you smoke it. Facts. Black don't crack unless you on crack. That's it. That's what it boils down to. That's what it boils down to. Terry says she don't have to ask. See, that's the thing. Like, what are y'all doing? Y'all out here living vanilla lives? Like, don't life's too short to be vanilla. That's all I can say on that one. What are we talking about? What are we talking about out here, man? All good teams are clicking. Who's going to pick up Zach and need the chemistry up there? Current roster, we're going to have to keep Zach. I mean, listen, you make the Clippers just traded for James Harden. Like the Atlanta Hawks gave up 3 first-round picks for DeJounte Murray and have been struggling since. There's always going to be a sucker out there. Always. Like, let's be clear. The Atlanta Hawks went to the Eastern Conference Finals and still gave up 3 first-round picks for a player that didn't help them. I'm just saying, bro. Like, I'm just saying, you never know. You never know. Should I be scared coming to the U.S. with Haize, with the way he's talking right now? I'm not going to ask you to hold my dick. I love you, but I don't love you like that, BKR. Like, come on, man. I have more respect for my peen than to ask BKR to hold it. Like, come on. What are we doing here, bro? You think we're going to go to a basketball game and be like, hey, yeah, by the way, before we go see the Bulls whoop up with somebody, hold this dick real quick. You think that's what I'm going to say? Like, look, I'm going to look. Hey, BKR. Hey, I'm going to do the Eddie Curry. Hey, look. Hey, we're not Dwight Howard over here. I'm not going to. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Oh, this is my favorite sports bar and barbershop. We playing bid whist, domino, and sipping on fine drink. Also playing the dozens. That's hilarious. Playing the dozens. Wow, I haven't played the dozens. Jesus Christ, that's crazy. First of all, most people don't know what bid whiz is either. Like, if y'all don't know what bid whiz is, man, y'all tripping. That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Wait a second. What? Eve says, in the words of Haize, stop dating white women. They making you crazy. Did I say that? I don't think I said that, bro. I think y'all putting words in my mouth now, bro. I don't. That doesn't sound like something that I said, man. It does though. It definitely sounds like something I probably said. Yeah, that sounds like something I would have said. That definitely sounds like something I would have said. But, it is what it is, man. It is what it is. Facts is facts. Haize, who do you want for Zach? Which players would work for this guy? I don't care about that. Just get the most talent back. Whatever deal gives you either the best assets or the best talent back, take that. We'll figure out the rest. Like, this is a team that now we're operating off depth. And we're not going to get like a star level player back for Zach LaVine. So I think when it comes down to it, whatever gets you nets you the most talent. So yeah. Bro, BKR gonna mess with the wrong homeless man and Shine. He gonna make First of all, I'm gonna be with him, so BKR is good. Like, I'm not gonna let nothing happen to BKR in the Shy, because one thing, Haize is good in every hood in Chicago. Reginald Short says, "Hey Haize, if you had a chance to play with any Bulls team for one season, which year would it be?" That's a great question. That's a really, really good question. The 07-08 Chicago Bulls. Is that the right one? 07-08 Chicago Bulls? Is that the one that went to the Eastern Conference Finals? Do I have my years mixed up? Yeah, that's not that team, so that's not it. It was a 09-10. Whatever the one that we went to the Eastern Conference Finals with. Matter of fact, the year after that, when Derrick Rose was a better player before he turned his ACL, tore his ACL, that one. Let's get in. Bro, I was born and raised in Chicago West Side. I just love being in this community. Hey, man. That's funny. That's it. Philip said you definitely said. I mean, yeah, it sounds like something I said. It definitely sounds like something I said. We got L in the building. Says let go Zach. Let Zach go. I love the Zach era, but time for change. P. Will is progressing. White is evolving. And Terry actually was a hustle man last night. Need to see more like this. Yeah, definitely. We need to keep it going. No, you didn't with Eddie Curry and Dwight. Wow, you're hilarious. Hey, listen, I remember everything. Y'all remember when that Eddie Curry news dropped? What was it like? Was it like a hotel, like housekeeping or something? Like I can't remember what it was, but all I remember is them saying that Eddie Curry was in with a robe and dropped his robe, and there was another grown man in the room. He was like, "Hey, David, look at me, David." It was like, "Damn, Eddie Curry, what is you doing out here, bro?" Like that's crazy. Could you imagine you just doing your job, working at a hotel, minding your goddamn business, and you go in there to change somebody's trash, and they're like, hey, you see this dick? Like that's crazy, bro. That's wild. Eddie Curry was crazy. Eddie Curry was tripping, bro. Towards the end of Eddie Curry's career, he was really tripping. Bro. Wade says Haize is Blaze. I haven't had alcohol. I ain't had no edibles. I haven't had nothing. This is 100%. So that's what makes it so. This is why I keep telling y'all. What makes it so wild is this is me 120% sober. The few times that I have had an Eddie, y'all didn't even know it. Like I said, that one time, I was literally 15 minutes into a live stream and my shit said, "Oh, fuck, I'm high. I'm high as fuck right now. Like I am high right now." There's another time on Bear Central, we were doing a post-game show. Thank God to be 5 of us over there. We were about 20 minutes into the post-game show. I was like, all right, we need to start wrapping this up. We need to start wrapping. I'm high. Fuck it. Like it always happens. Like it is what it is, man. Dario Flores says, "Sup, Haize? What's going on, bro? Glad to have you in the building." L says, "By the way, Haize, going to do a voicemail soon. Get in there, bro. I appreciate you, man. Is it a stream without an out-of-pocket joke? Have I ever done one? Listen, this is what I'm going to do. Next week, I'm going to do all straightforward streams. I'm not going to make an out-of-pocket joke. I ain't going to roast nobody. I'm just going to come in here. I'm going to be like, yeah, so the Chicago Bulls scored 125 points on 13 shots. And on those 13 shots, the distribution was pretty well. DeMar DeRozan took a really good pace of the game. Kobe White continued making his really good decision-making, got to the lane a couple of times, hit those big threes that we like to see from Kobe White. By the way, Patrick Williams also, another aggressive night from Patrick Williams. He, passive P moniker, we need to start maybe putting that away. Is that what you guys want from me? Like, I don't even feel like y'all would even, at this point, want that from me. Like, if I was to give you just a straightforward, analysis-driven, that I don't believe y'all would want it. I just don't believe y'all would want it, bro. I don't believe that y'all would want that. What's going on, little famo? Glad to have you in the building. Oh, hell yeah, you said that. Heard everything from Malik Beasley clapping Larsa Pippen's cheeks to Nicole Lewis Vuitton as an autocorrect to the white chasing she-males in Asia. That's crazy. Hey, listen. Hey, ease up on me, my guy. Like, first of all, you the Fed? What you doing, bro? You're not supposed to be talking, but we don't talk about that, man. We don't talk about Bruno. Like, what we doing out here, bro? Like, come on, ease. Now I gotta worry if you're an informant, bro. What we doing out here? You informing on me to the YouTube higher ups? What we doing? MK Hoops says we need to owe Billy an apology and that he's a good coach. What do you think? I think MK Hoops, you can clip this. I don't give a fuck. You know how I feel. MK Hoops is the most sensitive motherfucker in all of Twitter. Period. I still like the guy. I've met him in person, but the moniker that he tries to portray on social media isn't who MK Hoops has little man syndrome. And because of that, it leads him to want to have this big type of over boisterous opinion on Twitter. And I tell you what, if he saw anybody in the face, he'd be like, "Oh yeah, well, thanks for coming to meet me. I Chicago Bulls, and thank you for having me in the city of Chicago. Did you see my pet kangaroo?" But so listen, I have no respect for MK Hoops anymore. I have no respect for him. So once I lose respect for you, it's over with. Like that's what it is. That's it. The amount of time people have assumed I'm on some shit drug when I'm doing my vlogs or streams is crazy. I'm just me, motherfucker. And that's it. Right? It's people. I am naturally energetic. I am one of the most energetic people that you will meet. But at the same time, I can be, because when I'm in a new situation, I'm very quiet and observant. So the first time anybody meets me, they'll probably be like, hey, what was Haize about to shoot somebody? because I'm just quiet. I'm observing everything. I gotta make sure. I gotta fill out the vibe. That second time you meet me, though, even if it's within the same day, if I felt good vibes, we on. Like we it's on. But the first time you meet me, I'm definitely gonna be quiet because I'm trying to make sure that you guys are on the up and up, and I won't have to fuck you up. That's what it really comes down to. Haize being proper. The test shows that was a lot. That's funny. That's hilarious, man. Haize is not Haize without being Haize. Facts. Listen, that's the thing. I have to be me. I am the same way in person. For those that were, it was the time I was at a Chicago Bulls game, and I was like, "Hey, fuck you, Jimmy Butler," and people were literally looking like, "This motherfucker is really finna fight Jimmy Butler." Yeah, that's me. Like that's me. That's who I am, man. Like it is what it is. No, the roast is my favorite part. I don't drink anymore. I can't give up the roast. That's funny. That is hilarious, man. Did you see my pet kangaroo? Yeah, I mean, listen. First of all, I mean, listen, listen. The dude came in the UC with a kangaroo, bro. Like, I don't know what to tell y'all, bro. Like, how you got a custom made Bulls jersey and a kangaroo on your shoulder, bro? Like, that's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. Yes, I did just have that loaded and ready to go. So, it is what it is. I'm the ultimate diss track person. I got stuff ready. No Haize. We want the unfiltered real Haize who keeps it 100 like always. That's all I know how to give it, bro. That's all I know how to give it. Just like listen, the first time I go out on a date, I play ODB, oh baby, I like it raw. So they know, like that way everybody knows what it is up front. There's no confusion about it. Everybody knows what. Let me stop playing. I'm gonna get murdered. I'm gonna get murdered. That's what it's gonna be. Let's see what else we got in the building. Just saying, hey, don't got nothing to say, but I hope the Bulls don't waste my time going down to the UC. Oh, you're going to the UC Seaways World? Well, hopefully you have a great experience tonight. Drifter says, I got smoked twice by Haize and I'm still here. Otherwise, Mark K is a rotative machine gun of BS. It's blocked already. That's hilarious. Listen, and the thing, like I tell everybody, if you get roasted, roast me back. Like it's all meant in fun. There's very few people in here that come in here that I actually don't like. Like there are a couple people like Reggie I don't like. Like Reggie Mama is never mind. But it is what it is there. Let's see. Do you think Wemby will be a problem tonight? Yes, I do think he'll be. I don't think we completely neutralize Wemby, but I do think that we do enough, right? But Wemby's gonna have. He's probably gonna get his. He's probably gonna get his tonight. It is what it is there. Like that's part of a solid defense. I hate when people are like, oh, they went off on 44. Yeah, but they still lost. Right? Sometimes that's what it is. You got to try to make somebody beat you solo. If you can stop everything else around them, that's what you got to do sometimes. And it is what it is when it comes down to that. Anybody got a problem with it? You got a problem with it. It is what it is. Has the starting lineups been released yet? No, they have not. Oh, DeMar got on those custom up tempos that I still need to order. I got an inside track on how to get them, but it is what it is. Philip says the fact that you just had that pick on deck. Listen, like I tell everybody, I am the ultimate. I am a student of hip hop, and because of that, you don't go into a battle without being prepared. And so that's all I got to say. I study my opponents. This is why, for those that don't know, this is when I first started. So when we first took over Locked On Bulls, the first day after taking on Locked On Bulls, I had to completely obliterate Joe Cowley. And you know why? It's because I do my research. Joe Cowley literally was like, "Oh, you guys are the JV team now that you took over Locked On Bulls." I said, "All right, bet JV team finna whoop that ass." And now I can say anything to Joe Cowley. He will not respond to me on social media because I literally cooked the shit out of Joe Cowley. And he was probably sitting there like, and it's so funny because it ended with, I was like, oh, so now you know my name though, right? And he had to admit he did. It was like, all right, bet. Thanks for doing your research. I won. Like, it's just it's very few people that can match those wits with me, bro. It's very few people that can match my wits. Jesse in the building says, you must first see Haize before you see red. There you go. There you go. We got the TBO says, Haize smokes us crackheads all the time. Smoke. Whoa. Don't put smoking crackheads and Haize's name in the same sentence. I need you to break up those sentences, my guy. Listen, what we doing there, TBO? What we doing there? Haize, what the fuck? This clearly why y'all don't let me in the group chat. Haize, you think you sexy red? No, fuck no. Who's sexy? No. what the fuck we talking about? Sexy red? No, fuck no. I actually got skill. That's crazy. That's wild. I feel like tonight P Will is gonna have a big game, 25 plus points tonight, bro. Hey, listen, I don't care who gets it as long as we win. We can have a game like we did yesterday. Everybody scoring 12 to 15 points. I know it's off topic, but what are your thoughts on Shaq saying Steph should be in the conversation when we're talking about the GOAT? I'm not gonna lie. So when I read that, I felt like it didn't feel good. But then again, you gotta look at what Steph's doing now. He has four rings. It just doesn't feel right. Like something about that, and I can't put my finger on it, right? I can't tell you why hearing Steph Curry should be in the GOAT conversation makes me cringe. Because looking at his accolades, looking at the stats, looking at the way, because Steph Curry changed the way basketball is played. Let's be clear. People now value three-point shooting at a higher rate now, almost single-handedly because of Steph Curry. And so because of that, you got to give him his credit. You got to give him his flowers for that. But it's just something that just doesn't feel right about me saying that. And that may be my own personal shit, but something just doesn't feel right about me saying that. Haize, I remember when you destroyed Jordan Crawford. Boy, I would pay to see you kill LeBron, and he tries to respond. Oh, I almost forgot about the Jordan Crawford thing. Yep, roasted a former NBA player. That was crazy too, because he put himself in that. He put himself in that. So Locked On Views been going up since you and Pat took over. Real fans. No, hey, listen, I appreciate that, man. We've doubled the subscribers over on Locked On. We're trying to get to 10K subscribers over there. So by the way, if you're not subscribed to Locked On Bulls, go and hit Locked On Bulls. Go subscribe over there. We still give you not daily content like over here, but 5 days a week we're dropping episodes there. But yeah, that, and then now I think we're averaging right around close to 3,000 views per episode as well. We've done a good job, but that's not the slight, because what Mark and Big Dave built with Locked On Bulls, and even Jordan Malley over there before then, just great. It's amazing. So we were able to step into a situation where we were able to kind of bring our expertise and our personalities and make it its own thing. And I love what Locked On Bulls is. Antoine Johnson says, Haize, who's your favorite 90s hip-hop group? A Tribe Called Quest for me. What was the crew? Wu-Tang Clan all day, every day. Like that's it. It's Wu-Tang all day, every day. There's no other if, ands, or buts about it. Wu-Tang ain't nothing to fuck with. And that's it. That's what it comes down to. P. Will 12-point masterclass. That's crazy. A 12-point masterclass. Cornelius is in the building. Says we in here. What's the word, Haize? What's going on, Cornelius? Glad to have you in the building as well, brother. Yay, I'm glad to watch it live. Just wanted to say how we feel about the empty stat Zach. In my opinion, he shouldn't even be on the bench. God damn. I'm not that harsh on Zach. Like, yes, the team is playing better without him, and there's reasons to it, but I definitely think that I think that Zach can't. When Zach goes to a team where he doesn't have to be the number one option, I think a lot of people are going to be surprised by how efficient Zach's going to be. He's been miscast as the number one basically since he's been here. I truly think if Zach goes to a team like the Lakers where he's playing with AD and LeBron, if he goes to a team like Philly where he's playing with AD, where he's playing with Embiid and playing with Maxey, if he goes to a team like, what's another team? If he goes and forms that great backcourt in Sacramento with him, De'Aaron Fox, and Sabonis, I think you're going to see a really good refined version of Zach LaVine when he doesn't have to be a number one. I really do feel that. Here, he's just been miscast, man. I'd actually argue that Steve Kerr as a Bull was more important for three-pointers over Curry. But Kerr didn't change how basketball was. Steph changed how, not just the NBA, how basketball is played, how basketball is coached, how you now have to defend further out. He changed basketball, bro. So, Haize, light skin on light skin hate for Steph. First of all, I'm not light skin. I'm way darker than Steph Curry. But I think that it's not even hate. I'm just saying that something just doesn't feel right about me saying, hey, Steph Curry should be in the GOAT conversation. Like I said, that could be my own personal thing. Like, I'm not even saying, because looking at his accolades, looking at his stats, looking at how he changed the game, looking at what he's been able to accomplish, the titles, he should be. I can objectively look at Steph Curry's resume and say, yes, this is a resume that should put you in the GOAT conversation. But something personal about that to me feels icky about it. That's all I'm saying. There's no hate on Steph at all. Steph has changed basketball, and I love Steph Curry. It's not that I dislike him as a player. I love Steph Curry as a player. I'm just strictly talking about the GOAT part of the conversation for me. That's it. Like that's all I'm saying. I have no issues with Steph Curry as a player, anything. It's just that me saying out my mouth saying Steph Curry GOAT. Like, it's just something doesn't feel right. And it may just be because this is the closest, other than Kobe, I've been to that conversation, right? Like LeBron, you can't argue LeBron being one of the greatest of his era. You can't argue that, right? You just can't do it. And Steph has stopped LeBron from getting titles. He's literally been the reason in cases like that. So I think it's just that, you know what it is? Maybe it's this. It's when you look really at people who are in the GOAT conversation, it's typically small forwards and shooting guards. And maybe maybe it's a point guard bias. I don't know. I really, like I said, I would have to really sit back and think like, Haize, what is keeping you or making you feel weird about saying Steph Curry's a GOAT? Like, I'd have to really sit back and do some internal searching on that one, because like I said, everything looking at it, being objective, I can understand why that conversation would be there. Bone Thugs and Harmony is your favorite group from the 90s? TBO, bro. Put the crack pipe down, bro. I would say that's a failed drug test, but you admit to being a crackhead. Like, what are we? Bone Thugs and Harmony, my guy? Bone Thugs and Harmony, the best group of the 90s? We're talking about A Tribe Called Quest. We're talking about like I said, Wu-Tang Clan. We're talking about the Locks. And you're bringing to that battle Bone Thugs and Harmony? I can't, bro. I can't. What are we talking about? What are we talking about? Bone Thugs and Harmony? That's crazy, bro. Jamal says, I feel you on Steph as a borderline top 10 player, in my opinion. He gets ranked somewhere between 15 and 9. The GOAT convo is like the top 5 best players all time. Fair enough. We got D-Bow, the Black Panther, says Steph is a great player, but the one finals MVP in 4 finals will be how I quantify my position on him not being the GOAT. Great. That's a great point. That's a great point as well. Outcast, definitely. Public Enemy. That's what I'm saying. We Bone Thugs and Harmony. Bone Thugs and Harmony. Belle Biv DeVoe as a hip hop group. Jake. You Caucasian, ain't you, bro? You're a pink turtle person, ain't you? Because what are we talking? Belle Biv DeVoe as a hip hop group? I almost just ended the stream, my guy. Some people just don't need to talk hip hop. This man said Belle Biv DeVoe. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. That's crazy. And see, this is a casual conversation. Hip hop sales don't mean the best. We're talking about MCing. We're talking about lyricism. The sales are commercial. Drake has the more sales than anybody. He's not nearly the best rapper even of his generation. So that sales don't turn that. Sales don't dictate that. Bass, how low can you go? Wow, what are we talking about, bro? Pink toe people. Hey, listen, what are we doing? Don't sleep on Boys to Men and Milli Vanilli. That's crazy. What's good, Haize? In the interview, Zion said it's hard when the city love you, don't love you back. I wouldn't, but for Zion, if the Pelicans were over him, would that be an interesting move? It would be definitely an interesting move, but I don't think it ever happens. I don't think that the Pelicans value him that low. UGK, definitely UGK. Edwin Washington with a very casual conversation here. Really a Tribe Called Quest. Really, bro, nobody listened to the Tribe Called Quest but up north. They weren't worldwide. It doesn't matter to be worldwide. Again, that has nothing to do. I guarantee you this, and you've even heard it. If you go and watch the Atlanta documentary, while they weren't selling in the South, they absolutely influenced the South. And see, that's the part about impact, and that's the part about music. Because nobody listening to him, that's false. Because guess what? Your favorite rapper, I guarantee you listen to a Tribe Called Quest. I guarantee you listen to a Tribe Called Quest. The way in that they were respected in the game, they absolutely, and keep in mind, whether they were doing album sales or not, a Tribe Called Quest absolutely toured in the South and sold out. So you got to miss me on that. You got to miss me on that, bro. You definitely got to miss me on that. The Hot Boys? Man, see, you must be from the South because what the fuck are we talking about, bro? The Hot Boys? Come on, man. What are we doing? What are we doing, bro? What are we doing? That's crazy. Ricky says Belle Biv DeVoe was hip hop smothered out on an R&B tip. That's hilarious. Mob Deep, definitely got to give love to Mob Deep. Shout out to Prodigy. Rest in peace to Prodigy. Cool. Come on, bro. What are we talking about? That's true as well. Hot Boys were in the 2000s. Like, what are we doing, bro? Real artists, the greats all picked influence from the great artists, regardless of sales. My aunt married rapping Forte. Lots of motherfuckers don't know about him, but in the Bay Area, he still is immortalized. That's what it is. You have to be ingrained in hip hop culture and not just a fan of hip hop to understand that point, right? It's just like Cool G Rap. Cool G Rap never had big album sales, but Cool G Rap absolutely influenced a whole style of hip hop that you cannot deny that he influenced and that many people took away from that, right? So when you start talking about things like, oh, nobody listened to them, this and this, that's respect within the genre. Go and watch the Tribe Called Quest documentary, right? You will see then that people literally loved a Tribe Called Quest. The people that you outcast talked highly about a Tribe Called Quest. How Big Boy talked about how they almost made him want to rap. So you got to chill on that. There's very few people that can have a hip hop conversation with me. That's just is what it is, man. Antoine says Mob Deep, Gangstar, EPMD, Brand Nubians. Damn, that's crazy. Black Sheep. Please tell them Haize hip hop. Listen, and that's you can tell the difference between people who listen to hip hop and people who are engulfed in hip hop culture, right? Because it's more than just that. Like you can't even talk about sales at a point where you're talking about like that. Like, come on, man, what are we talking about, bro? Tech Nine was also a huge, absolutely. Tech Nine's had so much influence and just people understanding more about the eras of like the point of being an independent artist. So yeah, Rakim absolutely too. Like you gotta talk about him. Gotta talk about him, bro. The ghetto, come on, Scarface, bro. In general, like Scarface is one of those rappers that, like, when you look at the career and the trajectory of Scarface, people forget that Scarface literally started Def Jam South. He gave Ludacris his break, right? Scarface was one of those people that he was successful as a rapper to a degree, right? He was an amazing lyricist, like just the way that he crafted music and things like that. But then on top of it, the business acumen of Scarface was amazing, and so you got to give it to that as well. Nobody's neglecting the South. This is where people start turning a conversation that was very simple into a different conversation. Nobody's neglecting the South. Outkast is probably one of the best group of all time, especially when you look at what they're able to do. Nobody's neglecting the South to say that the influence that came from the North. So you gotta, again, two different conversations. Two things can be true at the same time. This is when people start projecting their own biases on stuff and trying to make a conversation a different conversation than what it was made, right? I just got done talking about Scarface, right? That's the South. So come on, man. What are we doing? This man said G Unit. G Unit. Hey, listen, I will. G Unit had their run, right? Let's get back on. How the hell we get? We just had a whole hip hop conversation on a basketball live stream. That's crazy. That's wild. Ricky, you're also old, bro. Like you're old. You're an old man. Like that hippity hop. That's probably what you be saying. Y'all still listening to that hippity hop? Like your barbershop don't even play hip hop before 1 p.m. Right? But anyway, I didn't even get to the starting lineup because we didn't started talking about hip hop and shit. Like that's crazy. They haven't released it. Okay, so I didn't miss anything. They ain't even released the starting lineup yet. We're 10 minutes away from game time. We don't got the starting lineup yet. That's crazy. That's crazy. Oh, definitely Goody Mob. Like, come on. Goody Mob was definitely, man. Definitely. Meth Flow is one of my favorites from the US, not gonna lie. Oh, listen, Method Man was that's why it goes back to Wu-Tang. Like a whole just amazing with the way, like, even clothing and shit where people weren't doing that. Like the way that they grounded up, like Wu-Tang is just an amazing story in hip-hop as well. Where's the starting lineup, Bulls? What are we doing out here, bro? Haize definitely an old head for real. That's funny. I'm 37 years old, my guy. I ain't that old, bro. I ain't no Thundercat, but I ain't no young head. I mean, no old head either. How about that? This is why this is the favorite sports bar and barbershop. We come in with every level. Speak, my people, speak. Redman. Hey, listen, Redman, don't overlook Reggie Noble either. Yeah, definitely can't do that. We are never talking about the Bulls ever again, Ari. That's funny. We can get it back. We can get it back. We can get back on Bulls, man. I'm waiting on the starting lineup to come out because I was trying to gear the conversation back to that, but the Bulls still haven't released the starting lineup, which is weird. We're 9 minutes away from the game starting, and we don't have a starting lineup release yet. I don't think they've ever released it this late. Did the game get pushed back? Did you get? Hey man, you get your Christmas presents for your kid? Oh yeah, the kids are taken care of. I got some last minute things to do, just little like stocking stuffer type things to get. But yeah, other than that, yeah, the kids are taken care of, man. Spent a whole lot of money on these goddamn kids. Um, my damn daughter and her love of goddamn tennis shoes, bro. Big C Hervo says this is what a live stream is supposed to look like when it's for the people. Hey, I appreciate that. If that's truly how y'all feel, man, that's all that matters, bro. Having great conversations in here. You never know where it's gonna go. It's a living conversation. We really don't have the starting line. We are 8 minutes away from the game starting. We do not have the starting lineups yet. What is that about? That's crazy. It's almost like they said, hey, y'all know they be waiting on the starting lineups. Go ahead and let hold on to that a little bit. Don't give it to him quite yet. Don't give it to him quite yet. Haize was talking about his woman holding his dick. Yeah, you can't release the starting lineups here. We can't transition from dick holding to starting lineups. We can't do that. Don't release the starting lineup yet. Call the manager. Call the manager. Call the manager. Listen, Rome streets definitely. I just recently, like in the last like year or two, maybe it was longer than that. Lucid, somebody I just recently got into as well. Like, yeah, definitely a lot of really good artists out there. Did you hear Batim broke his nose? Yes, did see that. Did see that. Billy's still trying to figure out how to F this game up with the dumbass starting five. That's crazy. You go release a starting five, and it's like Alex Caruso starting at the five against Wemby. We really don't have the starting lineup yet. We are 6 minutes now away from game time. We got no starting lineup. The social media person must have fell asleep. They must have fell asleep on the job. Call the manager. Call the manager. Call the manager. Starting lineup is announced. Where? It's not on the Bulls Twitter. Unless they just released. Let me refresh. It's still not on the Bulls Twitter. Where are you seeing the starting lineup at? Griselda. I figured that was going to eventually come in here. Them Griselda boys are different, man. And the thing I love about Griselda too is that when they come together as a group, they have their sound and it's great. But then individually, they all have their own unique styles when they all drop their albums. And they all like they're really comfortable in that style. And like they've grown in it as well. It's not, I don't mean in like a stagnant place. They announcing them now. That's crazy, bro. Ooh, great question here for drifters. Bench shortage should be a worry already. It's starting to freak me out. Well, the thing is that we still do like we could go Terry Taylor, we can go Dalen Terry, we can go Julian Phillips. It's just is Billy going to do it? We've seen it like when it's young players or unproven players, he really doesn't go that far with it. So I mean, we still got players we can use. We can bring up Adama. We can go out and get a Kenny Lofton Jr. if we want to. So they have opportunities to still add depth if they want to. You know, I haven't heard a voicemail from Auntie Goon in a minute. I mean, yeah, she hasn't called in a minute. I think she got some stuff going on. Haize has the skin complexion of burnt peach cobbler. Damn, why gotta be burnt peach cobbler? You could have just went with peach cobbler. Like, why gotta be burnt peach cobbler, bro? And you sitting there with the Alfred Hitchcock shadow, but you talking about me looking like burnt peach cobbler. That's crazy, bro. That's wild. The disrespect. I give y'all these quality live streams. We had a great hip hop conversation, and he said I look like burnt peach cobbler. That's deep, man. That's unfortunate, bro. The hate is real, man. It be your own people. It really be your own people. That's crazy. That's crazy, man. That sucks. That sucks. That's wild, bro. That's crazy. Be your own people. Kenny Lofton Jr. seems to me like a light-skinned Charles Barkley who is just kind of NBA ready. Wow. No, he's a light-skinned Big Baby Davis. That's what it is. You can't put him in the same conversation as Charles Barkley, bro. Like that's almost blasphemy. We got 3 minutes into game time. 3 minutes into game time. No starting lineups out yet. Burnt peach cobbler. That's crazy. That's wild, bro. This man said, but that's funny though. That's fun. I'm gonna steal that joke. Y'all wild. I always say Haize looks like number 4 at the barbershop. Hair always cut. That's funny. That's hilarious. Give me that number 4. Haize, they put it on their Facebook. Am I even on the Chicago Bulls Facebook? They did. Why is this not on Twitter? They released it 17 minutes ago. Kobe White, Alex Caruso, DeMar DeRozan, Patrick Williams, Nikola Vucevic. There you guys go. That's the starting lineup for today. Fuckers didn't put it on Twitter, you bastard. Like I said, the social media person definitely fell asleep at the wheel. But all right, we're 2 minutes away from game time. Now they just tweeted it out 46 seconds ago. Fucking assholes. All right, y'all. I love you guys, man. I'll be back at halftime, man. Make sure you guys follow the show. Hit the subscribe button if you're not subscribed to the channel. Roughly about 50% of you guys aren't subscribed to the channel. Hit that subscribe button as we're trying to get to 20,000 subscribers by the end of the season. But with that said, I'll be back at halftime. Love you guys. See red if you can, y'all. Go Bulls.